Amigos, estamos aquí con Christopher Ward en el Wind Up Watch Fair. Estoy con Will, que es nada más y nada menos que el diseñador de el reloj más impresionante al día de hoy. Thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you.
It's amazing to be able to talk with you because you were the designer of this beautiful watch.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what went through your mind, before, during, and after all the
Sure.
design process?
Okay, so kind of how it all went was our technical director, his name's Frank Stelzer, came with an idea that we could make this chiming watch. We had made a jump hour watch before,
Yes.
and his idea was that we could take the power that you would usually use to jump the disc
Yes.
to chime a gong. And so he came with this idea and a movement mocked up. And I think he was kind of hoping that we would say, yeah, cool, let's do this. Mm-hmm. And what ended up happening is we said, yeah, it's a really cool idea, but what about if we changed everything about it? And he ended up redesigning the module like 5 or 6 times, basically because I really wanted symmetry.
Yes.
And originally all of the components were all kind of scattered in kind of strange places. It worked great, it just didn't look
Yes.
nice. So we ended up, having to redesign the module so everything could sit and everything felt correct, basically. And so that was kind of the first challenge. The second challenge was hiding a lot of the components. So you see a few components on the front.
The essential stuff we
The
could
essential,
say.
yeah, exactly. And then on the back, there's a load of springs and screws.
Which you cannot see.
Yeah, exactly. So the challenge was hiding a lot of the not so nice components behind the dial. And that took a long time because originally we were using the platine of the module plate, so like the piece of metal that you hold everything with, we were using that as the dial. So if you're mounting things from behind, you would have holes for screws,
Of course.
and which looked horrible. So we had to find kind of fun ways of attaching components without drilling all the way through, and that kind of took a longer time than we thought. And then when we finally came to launching the watch, we weren't really sure how it was going to do. Like, we all really liked it, but it was so different to what
It was a
had been
big
done
risk.
before. It was, and that's why we only launched with the 300 to start with, because we were all very excited, but then we all got a little bit, like, we were a little bit worried that maybe we loved it, but no one else would. And then obviously we got this fantastic reaction, and then we came with so the blue was first, and then we came with the green pretty quick, and now we have, I think, 8 different colors.
It's amazing because from a design standpoint, I'm guessing you were able to achieve what you were looking for.
Yes.
It's a perfectly symmetric design, something completely different. And of course, from a business the point of view, it was a risk, like it's something so different, so innovative. Will the market accept it, What went through your mind when you saw it was a huge, huge success?
It was really cool. So it didn't really hit me until the green. So obviously we launched the blue and it all sold out very quickly, and no one really had any time to process it. But then we knew after that, the next week we were going to do the green.
Yes.
And I knew what time it was going to launch, and there's this bench that I like to sit on near my house that has it looks over these fields.
Yes.
So I went and sat there when it was launching and kind of watched the sales
Sipping
come
a tea.
in, and and it was just a really cool experience. Probably won't happen again. It was just it was really, really cool.
Wow.
And it's just kind of there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Yes, the design is one thing, but then there's also all the manufacturing, and it was also timing. The timing was fantastic for the watch. When it came out and the reaction from people and that all kind of snowballed, and it was one of those experiences that you couldn't really replicate if you did it again. But luckily, because it happened, it meant that the brand got more recognition. We have permission to do more things now. So obviously the Loco is our latest kind of piece that is kind of trying to push the boundaries of things, and that again is done really well, which we're super pleased with, because that means we can then do more in the future. And it's this kind of stuff I love.
As you said, I think everything was accommodated perfectly because Christopher Ward is a brand that has a lot of recognition in the industry and of course within collectors. So I think people really trusted that your brand, of course, had the quality that it seems.
Yeah.
When you grab the watch, it's completely different. It's a completely different experience from seeing it in pictures. You feel the weight, you feel the finishing, you see the way the light bounces. So I think this is a perfect embodiment, and we call it a catharsis, where you close everything and you're like,
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah. It feels complete.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
You get to a peak and you're like, ah, and then something else comes, you know, the loco. And what is next for Christopher Ward? I mean, of course, the loco is next, but
Yeah, so
do you plan on evolving, still doing? I guess you'll do something different, maybe.
yeah, so we've got several things planned. So the overall plan is to kind of stretch the range. So a lot of people ask when Bel Canto came out, are you only going to do these kind of more expensive watches? And the answer is no. We're going to keep doing the entry price point and then also do these kind of impressive
Yeah,
high-end
like the
things.
cherry on top, right?
Yeah,
Because the
exactly.
basic stuff is what maintains the company alive.
Yeah, and like people start, that's their first mechanical watch, and
Yes.
they kind of grow with us, and they go up to something like a moon phase maybe, which obviously has the module on the Salita, and then
Yes.
up to something like a Loco. So that was kind of how it all happened before Bel Canto, but we actually found that after Bel Canto, we had this new customer that was a customer that would usually buy independent watches,
Yes.
or they would buy Daytonas or whatever, and they would come down in price to buy us because it was something different, it was something kind of lower risk for them. They didn't have
Yes.
to, well, the wait times were less, believe it or not, even in the start.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of got these kind of two sets of customers, whereas before we had the kind of only one.
And you're wishing that the base customer gets to transform into the high-end customer that likes these pieces.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it will be hard for them to find something like this out of the brand.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it so they don't even need to look
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they can go through their entire journey. That's
Well-
kind of the plan.
Thank you very much. It was amazing to have a glimpse of what went through your mind and how everything came to be. This is an impressive piece, so much that I bought it.
Yes.
So
Yeah, thank you for that.
I had to wait to see you in person because in Mexico taxes are a bit high.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to see them, and I
got
knew
it,
I
yeah.
was going to buy it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thank you very much, Will. It was amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
It was a
Thank
great
you.
pleasure.
Yes, me too.
Thank you, guys.